put myself between the charging ogre and our wizard, and raised my shield to deflect his blow.
Alright, sounds like defy danger to me. Roll plus strength.
Well, that's a 4.
Good news, mark XP. Bad news, the heavy blow tosses you about 20 feet into a pile of what looks like vines. As you land, the vines begin to move around you.
Oh, wait, what? I want to discern realities. Okay, got an 8. That means one question, right? What's about to happen?
As the tendrils begin to make noise and move closer to your friend, it becomes apparent he's about to listen to that D&D podcast. Hello, everyone, and thank you for downloading this most recent episode of That D&D Podcast. Where we left the last episode, Rook, Zarko, and Bill were having a night out on the town when they ran into that fucking guy, and he wanted to start some trouble.
Excuse me, can I magic missile you a question?
That fucking guy now lies dead in the alley, but shortly before dying in an alley, he whistled, and some people showed up. Are they good people? Are they bad people? I would say time will tell, but you're about to find out. Based on the tally of votes that will occur weeks after we record this, the crowd wants it to be bad guys.
The only vote that counts is Chris's. This is not a cheerocracy, this is a cheer-tatership.
Yeah, it's a Chrisocracy.
Cheer-tater was better.
What's Tater's A?
He's pulling up his Bandit King, if you know what I mean.
Oh!
No, I don't. Explain it to me, Mike, please.
This map is butt faces? What? Oh, nothing but faces. Not nothing but faces.
There you go.
Oh man, that shouldn't have been that funny, but it was.
See how quick I can make a map.
Shall we introduce ourselves while we wait?
Yeah.
Alright, it's the time. Hi, I'm Mike Jidarson Berardo. I'm playing Rook, the lawful deity of what was once Foz. Or not deity. The lawful cleric of what was once Foz.
We see where this is going.
Of Bloody Conquest. Recently magic missiled somebody in an alleyway. I swear he had a gun.
Hi, I'm Adam.
Jesus Christ.
He's playing Oric the Thief.
Hi, I'm Robert. I'm playing Borgoth, also known as Bill, the half-orc fighter.
Hey, I'm David. I'm playing Zarko. I'll be here from the beginning of this session today.
As you always were.
As it always will be.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'll be reprising my role as Voltus, the lawful paladin.
What? Okay. I'm Renee, and I'm playing Sam, and I'm trying to avoid all of these shenanigans.
You came to the wrong party.
What's that place? The place with all the decorations on the wall?
Swear to God, I'm a pistol whip the next person that says shenanigans.
You mean shenanigans,
place with
right?
all the decorations.
Is it Nando's? I swear to God,
You're
it's
thinking of
Nando's, isn't
TGI Fridays.
Mike, is it shenanigans?
It's
Farva.
Oh! I want a goddamn liter cola.
We don't have any of those.
The Fisherman's Inn was funnier. Was also there. It was a thing.
For those of you at home, that was a Super Troopers reference.
That was
Did everybody
Super
introduce
Troopers
themselves?
reference.
Oh, and this is Chris, the GM. He's playing the bad guys. Well, I mean, he's playing the antagonists. I'm not sure if he's playing the bad guys.
Did everybody else introduce themselves?
Renee?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I started the shenanigans conversation.
Yeah, so I'm rounding out the party, the group. I'm Chris. I'm the GM. I don't know how words work, but I do know how dice work. Zarko and Rook, you hear a whistle, and you see some figures emerge on the rooftops. Bill, you are still in, but you hear the whistle, and you can hear something happening on the roof. Who wants to do a thing? You're all free to act.
Well, Bill is just going to immediately throw his drink to the side.
Okay.
And then chase after Rook.
warm bottle of cat urine.
What I assume is that.
Okay, so you're going to come through the doorway as well?
Yes.
Okay, you see some figures slowly descending from rooftops. There appear to be 4 of them. The sun hasn't set yet, so you're able to see them pretty well. And there don't appear to be any more, and you don't hear any more. So it's probably just these 4 guys for now.
Do they look armed?
They have some crude leather armor and small blades in each hand. Dirk or a dagger, maybe a short sword at best.
Do I assume that they're threatening us?
You guys are the only ones in the alley.
Okay, I charge the closest one, while pushing Rook to the side.
Get down, sir.
Yeah, give me a hack and slash roll. Unless you have any special charge move.
I do not. It says rolling the dice. Okay, 10.
So on a 10 plus, you can deal damage to the enemy and avoid any counterattack. If you would like, you can do an extra 1d6 to him and open yourself up to some sort of damage. Or retribution.
Bill was drinking a lot, so he's going to open himself up to damage.
Okay, so roll
If you know what I mean.
roll your damage plus a d6.
So I have D10 to strength counter into that? Counter that or no? Okay.
Whatever your damage die on your character sheet says.
Don't you also have a fancy weapon?
Shit. Yeah, I have...
Yeah, shit. That's
He
a
has
fancy
messy
weapon.
and forceful, which means if it kills somebody, there's no reviving them, because sploosh. And forceful, you can knock somebody on their ass if you want.
Okay, I want to knock him on his ass as well.
So he falls off of this melon cart,
My
has the wind knocked out of him. And
He
with that,
stabs me in the shin.
with that drunken swing, you come around really quickly, and you actually knock the quarterstaff out of Zarko's hand, and it goes clattering down the alleyway.
It was just a stick, you don't need it.
That's not your magic!
The magic is inside of you!
The real magic is friendship! The real magic is friendship!
Believe in yourself, Zarko!
Believe in the me that believes in you. Alright,
I'm glad that I have my window open so people can hear me yelling, Believe in yourself, Zarko!
somebody do something, or else I'm gonna do something.
Zarko's gonna turn invisible.
I like it. Cast it.
And then Rook turns invisible, and Bill questions reality. Was it a dream this entire time?
5. Terrible roll.
You know, normally a quarterstaff is just a quarterstaff, but you're kind of shaken and you just can't get that spell off properly. Also, it probably doesn't help that this guy over here charging at you. So unless someone's able to intercept him, he's going to maybe slice the shit out of you.
I only see one guy.
Really?
There are 4 others.
You don't see this one right here?
No, I don't. I don't know why, but
Can you see
He's
him now?
stealthier than you are.
David, do you see him now?
I see 2 of them.
Oh shit. One of them just disappeared.
One of them just disappeared. Oh god, there's more now. Those fucking bastards.
There you go. Well, they can cast it just fine, apparently.
They're growing them in the goddamn garden.
That's why they can't cast it. They're thieves and they stole your magic.
Oh, there we go.
On the tail of Zarko not turning invisible, Rick lights the Volta signal, which is to say he shouts heretic as loud as he can.
Voltus smells it on the wind somehow.
And then he goes and he murderizes someone, and then he runs up to one of them and he says, "Excuse me, do you worship any gods?"
The only god I worship is money. Give me what you got,
Okay.
you could leave here with your life.
Is that the one
So,
that's
this
laying
would
down
go-
on his ass right now?
No, it's the one
This
standing
will
in front of Zarko.
This will go a lot gentler for you if you convert. Otherwise, we will forcibly convert you. That's the bash.
To meat?
Yes.
12 for hack and slash?
Yes.
That will definitely connect. Would you like to add an extra d6 of damage to that and possibly open yourself up to some danger?
How many of these guys are there?
There's 4 total.
I will not open myself up. I will just merely clobber the shit out of him.
Roll your damage die then.
I have, if you remembered last week, those many sessions ago, I cast Magic Weapon as I saw this fuckwit trying to run for me. So 1d4 until you dismiss the spell. So I hit him for 8.
And what is your weapon? Is it like a mace or...
I don't fucking remember. Let's see. It's a warhammer, I
Yeah,
believe.
that was Warhammer.
how are you trying to hit this dude? Over the head,
I'm-
chest?
Well, this is a disabling. Well, I want to convert, so I'm aiming for his face.
Okay, do you have like a scripture verse carved on the business end of that thing?
Yeah, it's the bottom of the warhammer on the striking part of the hammer. It says the other cheek.
Okay.
Nice. Claus approves. Plus 1 deity point.
I sort of thought it'd say, like, please return to... If found, please return to Raven Queen.
For a very brief moment, he takes those words to mind, and then his mind takes to the air around it, and the body flops to the ground.
Now, guys, we can all continue to kill you, or you can stop, throw down your weapons, and convert, or talk to us. But I'd suggest converting. It would make me kill you less probably.
The two in the back look at each other. I got kids, and the other one says, I just don't want to fucking die. And then they tear off down the street.
But don't run, because I'll have to chase you.
They run off back the way you came.
Fucking Christ.
Just in time, however, Voltus managed to follow his nose to the smell of heresy. He comes down the hallway, or the alleyway, just as these dudes are running towards you.
Gentlemen. Where are we going in such a hurry?
There's some fucking crazies over there killing people. We gotta go. Let's get out of here.
I'm guessing I can see Rook.
I think so.
Can Bill yell out, "They said your god was a dick"?
You absolutely can. Nothing is preventing you from doing so.
I do that.
Sword is drawn. I say you die now, and then just cut him to ribbons. Let's go. Yeah, he's probably like a southpaw, so he'll probably go left to right.
What we'll do is we'll do it as a hack and slash, one roll. Any rollover damage from killing the first guy, if you kill him, will apply to the second one. Be like a nice cleave.
Oh.
So it turns out you have to, like, unsheath your sword, otherwise you're just bonking people with a very ineffectual weapon.
Your sword catches in the scabbard, or sheath, or whatever, and as you're trying to pull it out, the thieves go to each side of you, and they both kick out a leg, and send you falling onto your face as they run off down the alley, split up at the end into different directions, and slowly the sound of them running disappears to the distance. You are left, however, with one guy who has just now managed to get himself up out of the melon patch, and he's backing himself away. He's like, "Look, I came to back up my friend, but he's already dead, so if you could just not kill me, I'd really appreciate it." Yeah?
Bill puts a knee in his stomach, just to weigh him down.
Well, here's the thing.
Uh-huh. What's the thing?
You can tell us
Here's the story, all about
You
how...
can tell us everything you know right now, or we can kill you, and then you can tell me everything you know.
We're starving to death, and money helps buy food, so we need money, so we're trying to get money.
It's a good thing you fell down in the melon patch.
And who told you? Who's paying you exactly?
I mean, you see the guy that's dead over there? We were working with him, and he got stuff, and if anybody tried to start shit with him, we were supposed to beat him up, so nobody would beat him up, so he could keep pickpocketing people in the bar. Drunk people are bad at keeping track of money, so, yep. I'd really like to not be dead, although, I mean, unless I get food, I will soon be that way anyway. So, you guys have any spare coin or anything?
Voltus picks him up by the scruff of the neck and drags him into the tavern with a very heavy sigh. By the way, Chris?
Yeah?
I fucking hate you.
Zarko looks at Bill and Rook and says, "You mean we weren't being targeted on purpose? This was all a coincidence?"
Also, yeah, was he telling the truth?
I mean, nothing that he said set off any alarms to you, Voltus.
God fucking damn it, fine. Actually, I'm gonna make him drink his stupid cat piss drink.
Voltus doesn't know that it's poison, so...
Is it poison, or is it just a...
No, it is like turbo poisoned.
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
It's
Voltus
easier
has no idea.
It's easier to pickpocket a dead half-orc than a living half-orc.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn, that's some hardcore pickpocketing right there.
So, he takes the drink and he's like, "This smells awful though, man. Like, I want food. Like, I don't want to get drunk. Food, like bread."
I order some bread as well.
Okay, let's say I got kids and like they all want loaves of bread. Like, I got like 8 kids.
I don't see them around.
The 8 kids part is a lie.
And I sort of forcibly sit him down.
Ow, ow, ow.
Not
ow.
Uncomfortably. I make sure he's very comfortable in his seat.
In his forced seat. No, I mean, I really appreciate the food, and I'm a little scared of you, man. Like, was just trying my luck, hoping I can get some coin so I'd have like food. But now you're feeding me, and I don't know. You got a real angry kind of smile on your face. I don't trust it.
You are remarkably observant and resistant to eating.
If I eat, will you go away?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. And like, he takes the little squirrel nibbles on the bread and tries to see how long it'll take for you to leave. Is that enough? It's really good.
That depends on my God. Can I leave this asshole alone now?
Yes, your conscience is cleared. Thanks. I'll see if I can get a drink and bring it home.
I sort of play with the coin, that blood red coin that I have that is the mark of Lash in my pocket. I'm just like, the things I do.
The things I do for you, Lash Senpai.
Why won't you notice me and not give me shitty quests that violate my my alignment?
So, quick out of character moment. I just want to let you know that I completely had forgotten about the quest thing, and I was just trying to give this dude some sort of sob story, and it just works out perfectly that you have to help him.
Yeah, no, like, I'm loving and hating this. I hope I'm not coming across as a bad sport, because I do actually enjoy the sort of predicament that Voltus has been placed in.
I'm gonna kill you after I buy you a hot meal and make sure you're okay for the night.
And a stone massage, I guess.
If that would please you, that is. The rest of you, what, I guess, Zarko, Bill, and Rook? Yes, Rook. What are you guys doing? It's getting close to evening now. The sun's finally starting to set all the way. And it's stupid cold outside.
Well, then Zarko casts prestidigitation on his robe, so it's warm inside then.
All right, roll it. So, Rook, what you missed is the last remaining bandit. Voltus just bought him a nice hot meal.
Zarko's really off his game ever since that quarterstaff got knocked out.
Yeah, did you go and get that by any chance?
Yeah, he's gonna go get it.
It landed in some liquid. The runoff from the rotten melon cart and the rotten vegetable cart and the bathroom and some of the snow melt all kind of made this. For those of you who have never been to Bourbon Street, you don't know what the sludge there smells like.
I was about to say the sidewalk on Bourbon Street.
All right.
It's basically like human sorrow distilled. Now coats.
Zarko's going to like nudge one end of it out of the puddle and then pick it up for an instant while casting Invisible Servant to carry it for him.
Okay. Hey,
okay, there we go. That worked.
Very nice.
So it's just going to like hover behind him, hopefully slowly drying off.
Okay. To anyone else gathered around, Zarko is being followed by a floating stick. So now that the bar has been douchebagged, at least to a degree, also the bartender came out and told you guys to get lost. He doesn't want any fighting in and around his place of business. The Foul Wand is an upstanding establishment, and I won't have you scaring the seamen away.
So, when he says that, and I have sensed lies...
He will not have you scaring the seamen away.
How much of a headache does Voltus have, having heard that barman say that it is a fine and upstanding establishment?
The fine part, you get like a lightning flash of what? But the upstanding is actually truthful. He tries to run
Given that it is still standing upwards?
Well, that, and he tries to actually run like a legitimate business despite how shitty the building may be.
It's not a lie if you believe it.
So are you guys going your separate way for the night, or what are you going to do? Since you are not due to meet up with the Constants until a little bit after sunrise, so you've probably got about 8 or 10 hours?
Voltus is desperate to find a heretic that he can punish to wash the smell of bandit off of him.
What would you consider to be a heretic?
Probably to not meet the demands of this hospitality quest that he's on. He's looking for someone who actively, like, opposes gods and their works.
Zarko's going to ask Bill if he knows another place to get a beer, by the way.
And Bill says, of course. Did you see that time that I disarmed that wizard tonight? That was pretty cool.
Zarko doesn't do anything, but the stick sort of hits Bill on the shoulder and kind of a, hey, not cool gesture.
Bella asks Rook if he wants to come along. I'm buying.
I think that I'm obligated to make sure you don't actually accidentally die.
Ulrich, what are you doing this whole time?
Sleeping.
That's probably wise.
Watching from the rafters, laughing uncontrollably.
Sam and or Max, what are you doing before the meeting?
And or Max.
I'm chasing my tail. And Max.
You crack me up, little buddy.
Oh, Sam is, of course, I had that whole thing where I had to go find Chaucer.
Thank you for pronouncing it correctly.
Well,
it is an ancient elven word
Chaucer.
that means blessed one.
So I, of course, was content at the time to find him unharmed. However, since then, it's kind of been bothering me that these guys got away with this. So I've just kind of been casually trying to find out if this kind of thing has happened to anyone else in town. And if this was kind of aimed just at these people who happen to be really rich, or other moderately and rich people in town have had similar things happen, or getting some background information.
Why don't you give me a discern realities roll?
Okay. That's wisdom?
That is wisdom.
Plus wisdom. That's not going to do anything. 7.
A 7 means you get to ask one question. And you get to take +1 forward when acting on those answers. So
what should I be on the lookout for? Seems like the most useful question.
After asking around, a lot of people, first off, a lot of the people who own shops and things like that, they didn't know this kid had been kidnapped. But when you're speaking to them in hypotheticals, a lot of them say, well, it seems like they were bringing in a lot of business last market day, which was about 2 weeks ago. It's the middle of the month is market day. So if anybody was going to get robbed, you might want to check with them. So it seems like somebody was watching who was doing a lot of business on that market day, and they probably targeted them based on that.
Gotcha. So market day is when I should be paying attention to things.
Market day is the 15th of every month. Last day is the 30th of every month. Those are the constants. But yeah, that's the one where a lot of the harder to find materials are brought out for sale.
Right, okay.
Since everybody's usually out looking for stuff.
Does materials mean people?
Not in this town. We took care of that in Axis. Haha. Okay, so.
Let me tell you a story about a place there, boy. Something about they had a circle and they made it out of blood, and then somebody fell asleep, and then fucking a country exploded. The end. So don't wish for weather.
That's basically exactly how it happened.
Exactly.
An old drunk guy, and he said, the moral of the story is, don't talk about the weather. That's what my mammy said.
Oh, gosh.
So does anybody else have any pressing stuff they would like to do before we go to the next morning? Say everybody's able to find secure lodging for the night and not freeze to death, because that would be a really anticlimactic way to end part of this adventure. It would be if somebody just froze. So the next morning, right near the town gate, Constance is waiting there with a ledger and 6 small leather pouches.
I'm gonna talk to the fancy lady.
The snowfall seems to have stopped, and the sun's shining, so it's a little bit irritatingly bright when the sun's bouncing off the snow, but you feel slightly warmer than you did yesterday, which is nice. She's still wrapped in a ton of robes and hoods and jackets and stuff, but she sees you all approaching, and she smiles and waves.
Baltus waves. Actually salutes.
She does the sign of the Saint Sister in your direction. It seems like an amalgamation of the different salutes from every one of the churches in town. So it's probably a good thing no other churches have sprung up, because then you'd have to change the whole thing, and by this point it's muscle memory, and it'd be a thing, you know? She says, Baltus, first to arrive. I've got this for you. And she hands you one of the pouches. Seems to have about 30 coin in it. She says, were you the one who was asking about the ledger? Is that someone else?
I believe that was Rook.
Okay.
I will leave more of the diplomatic agreements to him. I suspect my role will be more of a physical security role.
I pray that you will all find a role that best suits your given abilities and enables you to further the life of our beloved town.
Quite.
Does anybody else make it on time, or is anybody stupidly late or anything?
Depends for how long we were drinking together, I guess.
Oracle will show up promptly.
Okay.
My coach gave me funny smoothies when I was growing up, and now I'm all big, and I don't know why.
What?
What?
Bill and Zarko, how late were you guys out drinking last night?
They stumbled down the street still drinking.
You mean how early? It's 3 a.m. What time was the fight?
Sundown?
Okay, probably, I would say about 1 o'clock.
Let me make a defy danger by enduring check.
Plus con.
Yes, to see how long I feel like I can be out drinking with Bill, because I have a feeling Bill can be out drinking much longer than Zarko.
12. Very nice. I was about to say, if you roll below,
No, he
below
can't.
a 6, you're going to show up with frozen vomit crusted on your robe, and it might not all be yours. But 12 is good,
Ew.
I guess.
Zarko manages to drink a little more than he usually does, but he also manages to wake up without too much of a headache.
Prestidigitate anti-hangover.
So does everybody else show up on time?
Yeah,
Yes.
Bill shows up.
It's very respectful of you all. So she hands everybody a pouch with the 30 coin in it, and to Rook she will hand the ledger with the list of stuff that they've got that they can trade. A lot of it is stockpiles of crops, some pickled seafood, some fresh seafood, some dried seafood, some jerkied seafood, some salt-cured seafood, some ale made from seafood and crops, some ale made from crops and not seafood, some ale made from seafood, and some rare herbs, some of which are the ones that you guys have gathered from the Mirthless Marsh.
Are those herbs also made
And
from
made from
seafood?
seafood.
No, what's wrong with you? Why would you put seafood in everything? What is wrong with you? Can you have one thing without seafood in it? Yes.
Apparently not.
Oracle will continue to hold out his hand. Are you forgetting something? You also promised you'd give us enough coin to fund for cart and supplies.
30 is enough to buy some basic supplies.
I figure starting cost is going to be about 100 coin.
With 6 people, that's 180.
Yeah, that's just our starting fee. You see,
Auric?
I'm just saying, she told us she'd give us starting coin, and she told us she'd pay for a cart and horse. Or a cart and donkey.
Auric?
I'm just saying. That's what she said she'd do.
Auric, friend.
You sure that's all you got enough? Because Bill is feeling like he's about to get real drunk real soon.
Friend Auric, can you not see past the jingle of coin in your pocket?
Auric, do you owe money to someone?
Am I lying
This
right
sounds
now?
like an intervention.
I'm fairly certain what I'm saying was true. So that's all I'm making sure is that she holds up to what she said yesterday.
I believe we've been properly furnished for such an expedition. And again, friend Auric, if it is necessary for us to have someone of your, and he rolls his eyes and sighs, specific set of skills and talents, if I must furnish you with my portion of any proceeds, specifying that they must be used only for lawful endeavors.
You may check at any time. I'm always lawful.
Senses that pierce lies.
That pings.
If you check, I will be lawful.
Ignoring the headache that I now have.
No, seriously, I have a skill called flexible morals. I can always be whatever alignment I want to be. Tell there's someone else that's detecting it.
Wow. Nice.
Just for the record, if you want to buy dungeon rations, those are 3 coins for 5 uses. And if you guys wanted to save up and get a cart and donkey, which is sworn to carry your burdens, it would be 50 coins. That's on page...
The donkey has sworn
That
enough.
is on page 326 is when the items you could buy starts on the PDF.
I did do the math. About 100 coins was enough for all of us for About a fortnight and a cart and donkey. I did say that, or I did specify that much.
I gotcha. She says, if it'll really be that much of an obstacle to getting anyone to agree to take on this righteous and holy cause, I can see with the treasurer about getting your pay bumped up to 50 coin.
Oh man, she's really guilting us, isn't she?
Sister, please do not. That is definitely not necessary. I am capable of resolving this difference with Orc.
Bill isn't very good with money, so he names Rook as his accountant.
He's bad with money, so why not throw it in the lake right off the bat?
You name me as your account?
Accountant, I think, Mike.
Yeah. My money goes to you.
Oh yeah,
you can handle it better than I can.
Totes can. I use it to kill all changelings. What was it I'm supposed to be doing?
I cast hookers and blow.
Is that part of casting it? You have to go.
Only if it's with Bill's money.
Okay.
Oh, that is actually what Bill is doing.
Cracking
That wasn't
his
just an
neck?
out of character. No,
Oh.
that was Chris cracking his neck. But no, Bill does trust Rook with all of his money. Rook, you're trustworthy, right?
Rad.
Okay, yeah.
I'm lawful.
Do you guys have the map pulled up? Is that showing for you guys? I can never remember
Yeah.
if I... Okay.
Yes.
A small little bit of the map,
Yes.
yeah.
That is what you know of the world right now. Once again, this map was graciously provided to us by Enk from the Penny Arcade forums. If you want to get a look at it, you can go to our Obsidian portal page, which is linked in the show notes, and click on maps, and you can get a full res, fully shown version, as opposed to the version where the players see just a tiny little wedge of it. Right? Also, I guess they can go to the Obsidian portal too and see the full map, but this is the player knowledge version of it, and not the... No, this is the character knowledge version, not the player knowledge version. I know words sometimes, but today is not that times. So, did you guys have anything else you wanted to do? Did you want to go to any of the shops and see if you can pick up some supplies?
Yeah, Voltus needs to eat again,
Must suck.
which is a real pain in the ass.
Do we have any idea, how far the nearest town is away from where we'd set out from? I'm assuming someone has to travel at some point.
Not many people ever wander into town. The closest place that you know of where you can possibly find food and lodging is the Goblin Camp in the Mirthless Marsh, since you guys left on pretty good terms with them. Aside from that, you guys know that there is some sort of cave system to the south, past the Mirthless Marsh, but...
Marsh was how far away? How many
about
days?
4 days.
4 days?
So you'll need at least 4 days of rations if you want to make it there and not suffer from starvation.
Okay, if everyone pulls half of the coin that they gave us, that should give us enough for a cart and donkey plus 10 days of rations.
Should we get a real donkey or just a cart and donkey?
Sam's on board with that.
Agree, as long as we name the cart something suitably religious.
Okay, you can name the cart whatever you feel like naming the cart. Okay, so assuming nobody disagrees, collect 15 coins from everyone and head to the market and purchase just that. A cart and donkey that is sworn to carry my burden, apparently. I don't know why they had to specify that, but they did.
Maybe a stolen
Because
donkey
Skyrim.
won't obey you. You don't have enough badges to train him.
That apparently can carry up to a load of 20.
Yes, he has 20 load.
And then...
Sworn to carry your burden, so can you put like all your troubles on it? Or no?
Yes,
Yeah.
I will unburden myself to the donkey.
All right, so enough.
And then
10 days rations for everybody, huh?
that's 12... No. However many rations, yeah. It'll be 10 per person, so it's going to be 12 rations total.
Yeah, so it's 60, so you're buying 5 stacks, which is 36 coin?
It should have been 86 coins total.
Yeah.
For both together.
50 for that, 6 for rations, and that will use 12 of its 20 load, so it has 8 load free.
Are you going to track that, or should we track that as well? Just so
Both, just so we can make sure
Okay.
our numbers stack up, and in case one of us forgets, hopefully somebody else has it.
donkey cart.
If you guys want to make like a Google Doc in the folder under like current campaign or something, so you can keep notes. That's totally fine. I'm not gonna. If you want to keep it on paper, that's cool too. It takes a little while for you to come across someone who's willing to sell a donkey. You are able to acquire one with the cart, and after a few hours' time, you show back up at the gate with a ton of rations, with a nice canvas cover tied down over them in the cart. There is room for some people in there. Their weight will weigh the donkey down, though, so beware of that if you want to have them ride it and not walk. So, where did you guys want to head first? To the Mirthless Marsh, or do you want to just trek on further south and see what you can find?
I don't think taking the cart into the marsh is the greatest idea.
No,
Right.
yeah, that seems... Sam would not approve of that. May as well just go around. I'm curious about these caves. Seems like maybe something interesting.
Well, we kind of need to find towns. I don't know if the caves are on the way towards something interesting, but...
We don't know where anything else is, so,
Follow the coast and you'll hit something.
I might know something about those caves.
Ooh,
This
what do you
girl.
know about these caves?
Yeah, what do you know about these caves? Why don't you spout some lore?
A 7.
All right. So I will tell you something interesting. Deal with it. It's up to you to make it useful. The Undertrails, as they are known in the few books you find that even have reference to them, are a labyrinthine set of caverns that are said to house great treasure and great danger, depending on your sense of navigation.
That's not people.
Hey, people are danger.
True.
And maybe people are treasure.
Also true.
The caves nearby are called the Undertrails. Excuse me. They're legendarily supposed to contain great treasures and also, great monsters, great danger, etc. Personally, I think it's just a lot of hoo-ha told by villagers.
So yeah, where did you acquire this knowledge?
Oh, it was in a book of dangerous. What was it called? Dangerous Dungeons and Calamitous Caves.
Excellent.
It's the Guide to Mastering Dungeons.
It was put
Fourth
it was
edition.
put together by some bard / adventurer explorer guy. But he's got a number of alliteratively titled books out there, so he doesn't really strike Zarko as the most authoritative source.
It is believed by some that alliteration and rhyme are the best ways to determine if something's good or not. Or true. The jury's still out on which side of that means it's true and which doesn't. So, general consensus is to just keep on trucking to the south?
Yep.
Yeah, we're not
Sure.
going to stop in the marsh.
What we will do before you guys roll out is we will undertake a perilous journey. So we need someone to act as trailblazer, one to scout ahead, and one to be quartermaster.
What bonuses are those respectively?
All wisdom.
Shit.
I think we have our ranger do the trail or the route planning. Was it?
Trailblazer, scout, and quartermaster. So yeah, trailblazer would be the route.
Trailblazer.
Trailblazer, yeah, that's what I've done before.
Yeah, don't worry about what optimal stats and stuff for it. Just if you think that Bill would volunteer to do one of these things, then Bill can volunteer to do one of these things.
I mean, Bill would volunteer to stand in front, but he wouldn't. What I'm trying to say.
Do anything?
Say that he knows about anything about tracking and things like that.
Well, scout, you just have to walk in front and be like, "Hey, there's a hole. Don't put the donkey in the hole. Hey, there's a tree."
Okay, yeah, Bill can do
That
that.
sounds like Bill. Bill could do that.
Bill knows whether or not a tree is in existence
Just call him
or
back,
not.
"Tree," as you walk through the forest. Tree. All right, so who wants to be the quartermaster?
Well, I'm currently literally tracking things, so I will do it, I guess.
Will be quartermaster. So, Bill and Orc, I will need you to roll a 2d6 plus. Ooh, okay.
Get to
All right.
mark XP.
Yep, mark XP for that. Both of you. Oh, yes. Let me mark XP for that as well.
Starting off wonderfully.
Yep, this No, you know what? This is an opportunity for fun story things.
We won't get
yes.
lost.
Yeah,
but
we know
it'll
exactly
be
where we're going.
exciting.
You can't get lost if you're dead.
Well, if there's nothing jumping us, then the bill roll doesn't matter too much, at least.
He says, giving the GM ideas.
Yes.
On a 7 to 9, each roll performs a job as expected. Number of rations are consumed, normal number. Okay, so Quartermaster, in your taking inventory of the supplies, you don't cover them back up as well. So before you can realize it, a whole set of rations has gone bad. So
okay.
On top of your normal usage, decrease the total by 5. So you're down to 31 before anything starts. And Bill.
Wait, how many days in are we assuming this is going to be?
Well, let's have this roll out to where you guys are about even with the Mirthless Marsh. So 4 days in, you realize that some have gone spoiled.
Okay.
Bill, since you're scouting, Trailblazers. Where's this? Okay. Oh, okay.
That sounds bad.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. It's fine. Let me just look up here for no reason. Yeah, this will work. You guys make it through 4 full days. Bill, you don't spot anything trailing you guys. You don't spot anything off in the distance. Late in the night of the 4th night, right as it turns to morning of the 5th day, the snow is falling, and who would be standing watch that night?
Yeah, Veltus will probably take first and second watches, slightly tripping himself of sleep, but, he can power through it.
Why don't you give me a wisdom roll?
Oh man, that's where I'm a Viking. 8.
React just a moment too late. The camp is awake, but hasn't had time to prepare. Okay. The dancing light of the fire on the snow, sort of mesmerizing.
And I've been doing double watch for a few nights.
Yeah. So the sun is starting to rise, and you hear a louder crackle than normal. It doesn't sound like it came from the fire. It sounds like something broke a twig off in the distance. You see furry, man-shaped figures by the donkey.
Veltus yells Skaven. I'm thinking he just yells heretics.
As you get ready to alert the rest of the group, they walk into the firelight, and they have the lower half of a goat and the upper half of a person. As far as you can tell, they're dressed in furs and leather armor.
So I was right when I called them heretics.
Maybe.
Sword's drawn, and I demand to know if they are changelings.
One of them cocks its head, and it chuckles. We have not heard of those creatures in years.
I would just think that would have been great if one of them just changed into the shape of the word no.
And then my detect lies goes off. Then I'm going to use my I am the law and tell them to get the hell out without stealing anything. I am the law is plus cha.
Plus dread.
Yep. Yeah.
6. No. You shout at them. What do you shout?
I tell them to leave our camp in peace. Leave our camp as they found it.
One of the other ones comes up, and it's still got sort of a smile on its face, but it's like an angry kind of how dare you smile. It goes, do you think so little of us that we would be mere bandits in the night, here to rob you of your supplies?
Well, given that I'm unable to lie, I say yes.
At least you're honest, though you are prejudiced and stupid.
Then may I ask why you are here?
We saw travelers. We don't normally see travelers from the Northlands often. Came to see if you were adequately prepared for what is to come. But if this is the way you greet the world, then I'm not sure if other travelers will take you first or if the elements will.
Well, given that you snuck into our camp unannounced.
You must admit that was a surprising way to introduce yourself.
By walking? We didn't want to wake those who were sleeping. It is rude. Travel is hard. We had assumed that you would have a competent guard on watch.
I noticed you, didn't I?
If we had meant you harm, we could have done it in the time it took you to wake anyone up.
You could have tried.
Do you see any weapons out? We could have, but we didn't.
I suggest you leave.
All this posturing. Ugh. Ugh.
Voltus chooses to leave that question unanswered, but he is holding his sword and shield.
So what does Zarko know about these goatmen? Anything?
Spout some lore.
Spout some lore. Let's try that. An 11.
Ooh.
So I have to tell you something interesting and useful. I'll just read you some stuff out of the book form.
He got a real soft neck.
They're one of very few creatures to be found in the old woods that don't outright want to maim, kill, or eat you. They smile easily, and so long as you please them with jokes and sport, will treat your kind with friendliness. They have a mean streak, though, so if you cross them, make haste elsewhere. Very few things hold a grudge like the stubborn satyr.
Grudge achieved.
I'm going to walk up to Voltus and pat him on the back, and then while I'm patting on the back, I'm going to cast my invisible servant to pull his pants down.
Yeah, okay.
Seems like a good plan.
This might be the episode where Voltus attacks Zarko.
Yep.
Okay, so a 7 to 9 is a success. But which drawback would you like? Unwelcome attention drawn to yourself? So you take a -1 to cast until you have time to prepare again, or the spell is forgotten after you cast it and you must prepare it again?
I'll forget it for the moment.
It seems like unwelcome attention drawn to yourself could be just physically pulling down his pants.
I'm pretty sure I'm just going to backhand him with my shield anyways.
Well, I'm gonna, when I put my hand on, I'm gonna say, these creatures don't mean us any harm. They just like to have a good time and want to make sure that we're doing okay. And then I make your pants fall down.
Okay, so Voltus, you feel a strong tugging from 2 hands around your waist. And you remember quickly that there is one hand on your shoulder from
I
Zarko.
backhand the wizard with my mailed fist.
How?
Okay. Give me a hack and slash.
Holy fuck!
6.
It's all part of routine.
You swing to where Zarko is, to where he should be, but something catches your glove before it connects with him, and you hear a crack, and then you look down, and there's an indentation in the snow in the shape of a person, but there's no person in that indentation. These satyrs look at the two of you, and they try to keep a serious face, and then they burst out laughing.
I can see that I am strictly unnecessary here. Try not to get us murdered, Zarko.
No, do not leave, Jester. We like you. The show of bravado was quite entertaining. Won't you
If
stay?
I continue to stay out here, I will run each and every one of you through with my blade, wizard included.
I'm going to lean into Voltus and just say, you don't have to treat everybody as a threat from the start.
I would not be alive if I did not treat everybody such. Have fun keeping watch tomorrow night.
Zarko gives you a jaunty salute.
Okay, so Voltus, you're walking off, huh?
Oh yeah, no, he's stomping off into the snow like a 6-year-old.
Okay.
Some of our supplies actually went bad, so we don't have a whole lot to offer. But I can see if I can make some coffee or tea for you if you'd like. I'll say to the people that gathered up here.
If you have some supplies you'd be willing to share, we could perhaps trade with you in kind. We don't have sort of traveling meals that we carry with us, but we have some small trinkets you may find interesting.
I'd appreciate whatever you think would be a fair trade. I always like to believe in the good graces of magical creatures in the area.
That's usually a wise thing. 2 of them chuckle back and forth to each other, and the third one rolls his eyes.
These city folk with their gods they take so seriously.
Yes, very much so. It's quite sad, especially when the corpses of the gods they worship litter the landscape. Anyway, we could see fit to make a trade with you if you'd be so inclined.
No, Zarko's just offering to make them a hot drink and sit down and talk to them for a bit, not necessarily trade food.
Sure.
Trying to be show some good hospitality.
They sit down with you. Does anybody else in the party want to come sit and hang out with these dudes?
Yeah,
I'll
Bill
come
wants to
sit.
listen.
Sam, how is Max reacting to the goat people?
Max is wary, given that this is a new experience for both of us. But he's very well behaved, so he's not going to be aggressive towards them. But he's definitely on. It's obvious that he is paying attention to them and is on his guard. He is very close to me at all times.
One of the satyrs seems to take a liking to Max and tries to... But Max doesn't seem to want to go over there, and eventually he's just like, whatever. Andrew, why don't you read that out loud?
Praying for guidance, Voltus will ask what here is evil.
Zarko.
Just Zarko?
Zarko.
Not Zarko and his friends.
Zarko.
I already knew Zarko was evil.
Zarko's evil, like, he's evil, like
his blood should be dripping from the end of my sword.
No, I was gonna say he's evil, like Bulk and Skull are evil. He more just likes to
Power Rangers.
he just likes to rile up the goody two shoes more than anything.
So, his blood should be dripping from the edge of my sword.
So he's more of a trickster?
Voltus, you really need to get laid.
Did you say blade? I have a blade. You want to use it?
You want to feel it?
At some point, one of the satyrs opens up a leather pouch at his hip and pulls out some dried grass, as far as you could tell, and a small pipe. And he asks if anyone wants to partake with him.
Man, you're all gonna get baked. And Voltus is gonna be the only adult around.
That's illegal in these parts.
Trade you another pup. Trade you another puff for all your clothes. Have fun wandering in the snow.
Sam will, because she is familiar with similar customs and is well in tune with, not inebriants. It won't affect her
as much.
So she
can hold her weight. She can hold her smoke.
Absolutely. So she will, in order to kind of ease the tension that has been building and to create, some type of shared experience with these strangers that may be able to help us figure out where we're going.
In-game terms, they are sharing some pipe leaf with you, and anyone who smokes it, you have a +1 to parlay with them if you choose to parlay in the future. Sam gets high with goods.
That's the best episode summary right there.
I think that's the title.
Bill takes no part. All of y'all smoking the devil's lettuce.
Pants get low, Sam gets high.
Zarko would take a few puffs.
Okay.
But he likes to do that sort of stuff in moderation. Just because he finds too much of it makes it more difficult to cast stuff.
Yeah. Auric, what are you up to?
Auric is sitting back waiting for an opportunity. Maybe to see what there is for acquisition.
If you want to help rob Zarko of, say, breathing.
I have to do that too eventually, but that's a different... Not quite breathing.
Well, you can get it started and I can just hold the pillow down.
One of the satyrs comes up to you rather quietly. He moves much quieter than the other two do. And he sits down on, I guess, like a stump next to you or something. He says, I noticed you just observing. Are these not your friends? Do you not want to take part in the festivities?
I have nothing against festivities. I just sometimes like to get a better view of things.
Assess targets, perhaps?
I don't generally call them targets.
Of course. Marks, whatever you may call them where you come from. You've shown us no disrespect. I like that. Perhaps this will come in handy on your travels. And he hands you... It appears to be the stomach of a small animal, so it can maybe hold like 2 or 3 shot glasses full of liquid in it. It's got a small cork in the end of it, and the other end is tied off. He says, if you need to make friends in a situation. Just use this.
Thank you. Likewise, if maybe you're having trouble falling asleep one night, I'll provide him a vial of my own.
The oil of Tagit?
Yeah.
Okay. He has given you a
The
bottle
golden
of
root?
golden root.
Yeah.
Yes. He says,
Sounds
I
useful.
knew we were kindred spirits. He shakes your hand, and he gives you a light headbutt with his horned forehead. It's like a greeting of your people and a greeting of my people, eh? Anyway, I'm going to go observe from my corner. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
So, with no further hostile actions taken or implied against them, after a little while, they probably leave somewhere between breakfast and lunch. When they end up rolling out, they wave goodbye. They say, if there's ever anything else you need, well, I'd say find us, but we kind of wander. So if we cross paths again, just say that you are friends of ours. If you come across any other satyrs in this territory.
What's your name?
Oh, how silly of me. I didn't give you my name. Bill, what name does he give you?
Bill.
His name's not Bill, goddammit. Not
Sorry,
everyone
no,
is going to be named Bill.
Saturn. Saturn the Satyr.
Really, you, Chris, you weren't okay with him being named Billy the Goat Man?
Okay, so it's going to be Saturn, Billy, and Ramuel. All right,
Nice.
that's how we're doing this.
Nice.
I'd give the names to the other members of the party.
Hopefully nothing bad befalls any of you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Bad? Really?
Bye, Ram, you.
And as they leave, one of them says, "Are you sure we can't have one of your rations? Did you call them rations? What are they? Can we have one?"
They're not very good.
Valtis pokes his head out of the tent and just says, "Fine," because he can't deny them.
Oh, that's great.
Can we have...
Sam was going to give them a ration, but now she just laughs.
Can we have 2 ration?
Oh, that's why she's laughing. Sure.
One of them,
and take the wizard with you.
One of them takes a ration. Ramuel comes up, reaches in his little loincloth. He hands Voltus a small, silvery, golden coin, depending on which way the light hits it.
I require no recompense.
Oh no, this isn't currency. Just, if you ever forget anything, don't forget the coin.
We just happen to sprout these coins every full moon. Just take it.
Voltus salutes, which is one of the higher signs of respect you've ever seen him give something that's not ostensibly a follower of a god.
He does a weird headbutt slap thing with his hand. Bye, and then
fucking
jumps off into the snow.
Oh,
So
wow.
it is, let's say, lunchtime
Voltus
now.
shoots a sidelong glance to Zarko and says, "I guess they weren't all that bad."
Bill,
Ulrich, how many rations do we have left?
Bill starts pounding his hammer into the ground.
It would have been even better if Voltus hadn't been so gruff with them.
God damn it.
Better.
Have you never had goat stew?
Ulrich, how many rations do we have left?
30.
30?
Is that counting the 3 that Bill ate while we were talking to the satyrs?
That was from his own stash, not ours.
No, it's a group stash.
Not a joke.
That means that Bill doesn't have to eat for 3 days.
That is not how that works. It means you throw up and you're hungry
It is
again.
fun. Yes, it is.
So, as you guys travel further south for the course of that day, you notice that the coastline, which you have mostly been following on your right side, stretches off further to the right, as if the land widens out. And in front of you, you see the land become rockier, and a few holes in some of the mountains, which would appear to be caves of some sort.
When I pray to my god for guidance, do I get any kind of response? And what here is evil other than Zarko?
Sand? No, sand's not evil.
It could be.
But it's rough and it gets everywhere.
Altus, where is your evil, your praying thing?
It's just I can pray for guidance.
Where's your evil meter?
It's the paladin human thing when you pray to your god for guidance. So that kind of I can ask what's evil, but I'm also just going to generally pray for guidance.
And the symbol of your god is the claw, like the.
It's the mailed fist gripping Bahamut's throat and crushing it.
Man,
Not unlike a certain wizard's breathing neck.
that is a
Nice.
pretty cool symbol.
Right?
That's yeah. It's pretty cool.
So, Andrew, I'm guessing that if you were to play 13th Age, you would favor the Crusader.
This character is definitely very much in that vein, yes.
Voltus,
But the lawful end of it more.
Oh, yeah.
you hear
Emperor/Crusader.
faintly what sounds like an armored figure marching along the coast to the right.
I'm going to assume that I'm sort of towards the front of the party, so that's where I'm just going to start walking, assuming everybody else is just going to follow.
I think Bill is scouting ahead and being the leader, so that might be interesting.
No, it's really easy. It's really easy to distract Bill. You just sort of say, "Hey, look, I think I smell beer over there."
Guys, we just passed a tree!
Which I can't say because I can't fucking lie. Goddamn it! Okay, my god says go this way. My god says go this way, and Rook's gonna back me up on it.
Zarko, the quartermaster, if that's all right. He does feel a bit responsible about.
Well, we're still going with the same
know.
people as before, so yeah.
Oh, are we? Okay.
So when faced with two choices, it is an option if you guys would like to split into even groups and go in different directions.
No. Is there anything that...
Can we send Zarko one way and then us and all the food another?
Depends on if Zarko
No.
wants to do that.
Stay together. The party that slays together stays together.
Yes, Sam?
Can I tell anything about the path that Andrew's character's name is not on this list on my map wants to do?
Voltus.
Voltus. You people with letters at the end of the alphabet. Is there anything that I can see there, like, about that pathway that would indicate whether or not we should, in fact, be going that direction?
There are, if you want to, let me see, Sam. If you want to give me a hunt and track check, you can see if there's any signs of travel in either of the two directions.
Well, wouldn't this go under my trailblazing?
That's true, that would be reading the land, huh? The walk would most likely be easier, the way that Voltus is recommending, off to the, I guess, the right from which way you guys are facing. But there's no immediate signs of any kind of civilization in either direction, so it's kind of a crapshoot.
Mm-mm.
Let's do this. We're going to call it here, and then when we come back next time, you guys can pick a path, and we will go down that path.
I can flip my fancy coin.
So I will have to generate two
You
realities.
do have a fancy coin.
Or just one, and whichever one we pick. Oh my god, I prepared stuff for that.
Well, see, the problem with that is the map already exists, so...
I know, isn't it grand?
Fate
It's really beautiful.
has been set. I really like it, it's pretty great.
Wait, I thought this was
Pretty great.
Dungeon World, not Fate.
Same thing. You got tricked.
God damn it.
Oh,
Okay, so...
Bye.
What? Dude,
There's end of session stuff, Bobby.
Okay, I'm selling mumble.
does anybody have a bond that they feel is resolved, completely explored, no longer relevant,
oh
or
shit, where are my
otherwise?
bonds?
I definitely explored one of my
Yup.
bonds. Which was Voltus is a danger to others. I must shield innocence from them. Or from him.
Do you feel that it has evolved into another bond to where this one is no longer valid, or that it is perhaps all the way resolved?
I've been exploring it.
No, it has to sort of like take a leap forwards and whatnot.
Oh, the leap forward.
Yeah, I'd move to resolution or inversion or something like that, generally, I think.
let's see. I need to find the list of ways I can change it.
I don't know that there's a set list. I think it's more just like, hey, I embarrassed you, and that seemed to be a pretty good way of shutting you down. So maybe something along those lines.
Yeah, you could evolve it to be like, I've found a way to...
Voltus takes himself too seriously. I need to get him to lighten up.
Or he'll fucking murder things.
Apparently.
I need to get Voltus laid.
Also, apparently.
Voltus takes himself too seriously. He seemed... I don't know if I can work with that too.
See, that seems like sort of a downgrade from is a danger to others, though. You could say, I've found out how to shut Voltus down and must continue to do so even at my own peril.
It's all about the pantsing.
Just a quick aside.
Disenchant all of Voltus's belts.
I'm immune to enchantment. And therefore disenchantment, probably. Also, would that Unseen Servant have counted as enchantment? Not that it's, it's obviously too late to retcon, but still.
What about seduction?
I don't know if that counts as an enchantment, but the thing is, it wouldn't have been something that he cast on you. It's something that he cast and had act in your direction. Much the same way that, like, a fireball wouldn't be an enchantment on you. It would be something he conjured to specifically interact with you. Like, he didn't try to disguise self or any of that crap, I would think. I don't know.
That wouldn't count as a death enchantment?
Nope. Let's get back to the bonds maybe later, unless anybody else feels like they have one that's resolved or new.
No, mine isn't.
I don't. I'm sorry.
I don't feel like I have anything to work with in my bonds this time.
I think I kind of just want to drop one, which is Bill is a brave soul, and I have much to learn from him, because I no longer feel I have much to learn from Bill.
That is
shouldn't.
Fantastic. I'd forgotten about that one.
Okay.
I also want to break my bond with Zarko.
Okay. Well, let's go first to Voltus. Do you want to change that to something?
I don't know what I want to replace it with yet, no. I'll let you know.
Okay. Well, let's cross that out for now. I guess that would still be XP if you feel that one's resolved.
Resolved via disappointment.
Aw.
Yeah, well...
So
it's
sad.
Yeah, no longer relevant or otherwise. So just, make a note to get back to me with that before the next session. Bill, what did you want to do with your bond with Zarko?
Break it.
Do you not worry about his ability to survive?
He seems kind of evil. I do worry about his ability to survive, but I don't care as much anymore.
Okay. I mean, do you want to just erase the bond entirely, or do you want to have like a reworded one with Zarko?
I worry about him, but I'm not really sure how that works in terms of bonds and things like that.
Okay. Well, let's work on rewording that one, or reworking that one before the next session.
I mean, not worry about his safety, but
right.
Kind of scared of him.
Okay, we can work with that. Just
and that his power shouldn't exist in the world.
Oh, you mean that I fulfilled my ability, my statement as an evil wizard today too.
Let's get back to. I'm just trying to get through this so we can get Adam to bed since he's got limited time schedule. Did we learn something new and important about the world today?
Goatmen exist.
Satyrs are assholes.
Yeah, and that they exist.
There is something.
You can't use. I know this thing exists because it's in books. People know satyrs exist.
Do you think Bill's been reading a lot of books?
Did the party in general learn something new about the world? Okay. Which I mean, Zarko already knew about satyrs, so I'm gonna say probably not on that one.
The city is starving.
They could talk.
Oh, no, that's an interesting.
The city's
one.
in dire straits. I can see that being one.
That definitely seems like an information.
Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy? I think so on that one.
My pants.
Did we loot a memorable treasure?
Your pants.
Yes, thank you.
To loot the memorable treasure would be more for...
Or I was going to say, Rick looted his grandmother's house.
Yeah, but nobody else knows about it, so that doesn't really apply to the whole party.
Oh, yes, we do know about it. It was notable.
Okay, we're going to alignment. Bill, did you defend those weaker than you?
I don't know who's weaker than me.
Totally shoved Zarko out of the way.
And then disarmed him. I don't know if that counts.
You failed the next two spells.
Voltus, did you deny mercy to a Criminal or unbeliever. You whiffed on those guys.
I fucking can't because I have the stupid vow of fucking hospitality.
Yep. Zarko, did you use magic to cause terror or fear?
Well, Bill just said he's afraid of me, so I think so.
I can go with that. I can go with that.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I can go with that, yeah. I also think you should die.
Sam, did you endanger yourself to combat an unnatural threat? I don't think you were involved in any of the actual combat.
No.
And Auric, did you avoid detection or infiltrate a location?
Yes.
You did infiltrate a location. All right, I'll give you that.
Also, we are not forgetting about Mike. Mike had to step away from his microphone.
Did he endanger himself following the precepts of his church or God?
I don't think he was ever in any danger.
No, I don't think so.
I'll say no on that one. Okay, so from what I could tell, Bill, you've got 2 from failure, 1 from new and important info about the world. That gives you 3.
I thought I got 1 for charging out of the bar and defending Rook.
Why would you get 1 for when?
He's going to make you defend that.
Why would you get an experience for that?
Because I'm sworn to defend him, and I saw him in a fight outside of the bar, and then once I smelled that
Well, following your bonds is just what your character is supposed to do. If the bond evolves or is completely resolved, that's when you get the XP for it.
Okay.
Zarko, you have 1 from failing, 1 for following your
2,
line.
I failed at least twice, possibly 3 times.
Congrats.
I failed to... Oh, no, Zarko, never mind. That's not me. My bad.
Zarko, you...
Although he definitely fucked up a couple spells.
Did he? Double...
They were all 7s.
Yeah, I think it was a bunch of 7s.
Yeah.
I got 1 for failure, 1 for your alignment, and 1 for finding out the thing about the world, so that should give you 3. I'm going to put an asterisk there, so I'll go back and check the chat log. That's just the 3 that I have logged. Auric, you have 1 for failing, 1 for your alignment, and 1 for the thing you found out, so that should give you 3 as well. Drinks to 1? What the fuck does that mean? Why is that on here? Drinks to 1? I don't understand. Wait. I don't know. Voltus, you got... How many failures? Okay, I have 1 listed for you. I think there's more than that. We're going to double check. Yeah,
I think I've got 3.
Yeah, I'm going to go check through that, and we've got the 1 for the finding out the thing about the world. Sam, you've just got the 1 for finding out the thing about the world, and same for Rook, since you guys need to suck more in order to get better. Sorry, that was kind of a slapdash thing. I will go back through tomorrow at work. Ha ha ha, government job. I will go back through at work and make sure that everybody's credited with the right amount of experience. I will write up the adventure log so everybody's on the same page, and we will plan to meet back here next weekend, I guess, if that works for everybody. I'll make the event invite, and then we'll see if it works for everybody based on responses. How's that? Cool. Thank you, everybody, for downloading this episode of That D&D Podcast. We hope you continue to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends about us, which I guess would fall under share. And if you could go ahead and leave a review on iTunes, that would be fantastic, because that is how we get higher up on that results list when you search for, podcasts. So that'll help us, and then maybe we can get somebody to just pour liquid gold into like a cup for us to buy shit with, and we could have sweet microphones and stuff. I'm rambling because it's late, so
time for bed.
Go to our website. If you have any questions or comments or some more dumb shit you want me to say at the end of these, send it to thatdndpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can go to our website and leave a comment on how much of a dumbass I is at thatdndpodcast.com. Okay, thanks.
Good night, everybody.
That D&D podcast is released under a Creative Commons 2.0 attribution, non-commercial, no derivative license. Tell your friends about us, but don't chop out the good stuff, and don't sell our work. The intro music is The Last Ones by Jahzzar, that's Jahzzar. It can be found at the Free Music Archive. The outro music is Kopeika, Kopeika, by Et, that's ET_, and can also be found at the Free Music Archive. All other copyrighted content is owned by their associated copyright holder.